Hey guys, Mike Ellenis here again with part 2 of today's TFT, Truth for Today. This is Job chapter 29 verse 4. Now make sure you check out part 1 on the YouTube channel, but this is part 2, and this is what the verse says. Remember, it says, "When I was in my prime, God's friendship was felt in my home." Now this is Job speaking here, and as you know, Job has just kind of declined in his life. He was, basically a superstar of his day. He had all these great things going for him, and then sickness and tragedy started striking his life. And there's a real sadness in his statement here because he's basically saying that God's friendship is no longer manifesting in his life, even though he's been righteous and he has lived correctly and lived acceptably before his God. And I want to encourage you in this verse because I think that so many of us we lose sight of God's friendship in our lives, because what ends up happening is when things are all going great for us, we're praising God and we are proclaiming His goodness and all of that. But it's like as soon as disaster strikes in our lives, and it most assuredly will, because remember, we live in a fallen world. But when that disaster strikes, it seems that we relate to Job and we just say, you know what? We don't feel God anymore. We don't feel His friendship. We don't feel His presence. And the truth of the matter is, God has not left us. He will never forsake us, and He had not forsaken Job. Job was just being tested and his character was being strengthened at this time. So I encourage you that when it may seem like God isn't around, don't adopt Job's thinking and say, man, I just wish that God was still with me because He's left me. My my situation and my challenge is indicating that He is no longer here. That is not true. Don't ever buy into the lie that God has left you. Now, I hope this truth for today has blessed your life, and I will see you next time.